I spent 30 years caring what everyone thought about me, what I wore, what I said, what I posted. Every decision filtered through, what will people think? Then I stopped. What happened next was terrifying at first, but then my entire life became unrecognizable. This is what really happens when you stop caring what others think, and I promise you, it's not what you expect. The wake-up moment. Let me tell you about the moment everything changed. I was at a party. Someone asked what I did for work. I started explaining, and mid-sentence, I watched their eyes glaze over. They weren't listening. They were already looking past me, scanning the room for someone more interesting. And I felt it, that familiar panic. Did I say something wrong? Am I boring? Do they think I'm a loser? But then something clicked. This person doesn't care about me. They're not thinking about me. In 5 minutes, they won't even remember this conversation. So why was I giving them so much power over how I felt about myself? That's when I realized I'd been living my entire life as a hostage to other people's opinions. And most of those people, they weren't even thinking about me to begin with. Week 1, the fear phase. So I decided, I'm done. I'm going to stop caring what people think. Sounds empowering, right? Like some Instagram quote about being yourself. Let me tell you what week 1 actually felt like. Terrifying. Because when you've spent your whole life performing for others, suddenly stopping feels like jumping off a cliff. I posted something online without overthinking it. My hands were literally shaking hitting post. I wore something I liked but knew people would judge. Felt like everyone was staring. I said no to something I didn't want to do. Felt guilty for days. Here's what nobody tells you. Stopping caring doesn't mean you immediately feel free. At first, it feels like you're doing something wrong. Your brain is wired for social acceptance. It's a survival mechanism. So when you go against it, your nervous system freaks out. I felt anxiety. What if people hate me? Guilt. Am I being selfish? Fear. What if I lose friends? But I kept going because I knew the alternative, spending the rest of my life as a prisoner to everyone's opinions, was worse. Month 1. The shift. By week 3, something weird started happening. The people I was afraid would judge me, most of them didn't even notice. That Instagram post I was terrified to share got the same engagement as always. Maybe one weird comment, but mostly nothing. That outfit I thought everyone would judge, nobody said a word because they were too busy worrying about their own appearance. And the few people who did have something to say, one friend made a passive-aggressive comment, another asked if I was okay, code for you're acting different and it makes me uncomfortable. Here's what I learned. The people who have a problem with you being yourself are usually the ones who are afraid to be themselves. They're not mad at you. They're triggered because you're doing what they wish they had the courage to do. And the surprising part, some people actually respected me more because confidence, real confidence, not fake Instagram confidence, is magnetic. When you stop seeking approval, people notice, and ironically, they start taking you more seriously. Month 1 taught me most of your fear is imaginary. The consequences you're terrified of, they don't happen. Or when they do, they're not nearly as bad as you thought. 6 months later, life transformation. Let me break down what actually changed. Number 1, my relationships. The people pleasers, the energy vampires, the ones who only liked me when I was convenient, they slowly faded away. And I didn't chase them because I realized if someone only likes you when you're performing, they don't like you, they like your performance. But the real ones, the people who actually cared, those relationships got deeper because I stopped pretending, I stopped filtering. I showed up as me, flaws, opinions, weirdness, all of it. And the people who stayed, they were choosing the real me. My career. I started speaking up in meetings, sharing ideas I would have kept quiet about before. I stopped saying yes to projects I didn't believe in just to avoid conflict. Result? Some people didn't like it, but the people whose opinions actually mattered, they respected me more. I got opportunities I never would have gotten as the agreeable version of myself. My mental health. This was the biggest change. You don't realize how much energy it takes to constantly monitor what people think until you stop doing it. I had more mental space, more clarity, more peace. The constant background anxiety, are they mad at me? Did I say something wrong? What are they thinking? Just disappeared. For the first time in my life, my internal voice was louder than everyone else's. And confidence, this is the paradox. The less I cared what people thought, the more confident I became. Not fake confidence, real confidence. Because confidence isn't, I'm amazing and everyone loves me. Confidence is, I'm me, take it or leave it, and I'm okay either way. And when you carry that energy, people feel it and they respond differently. The psychology, why we care and why we shouldn't. Okay, let's talk about why we care what people think, because understanding it makes it easier to stop. The spotlight effect. There's a famous study where people wore embarrassing t-shirts and estimated how many people noticed. They guessed 50%. Reality? Less than 25%. It's called the spotlight effect. We think everyone's watching us, but they're not. They're too busy worrying about their own spotlight. You're not the main character in anyone's life except your own. Evolutionary psychology. For 99% of human history, being rejected by the tribe meant death. So our brains evolved to prioritize social acceptance above everything. But here's the thing, we don't live in tribes anymore. You're not going to die if someone unfollows you. You're not going to starve if someone judges your outfit. But your brain doesn't know that. It still treats social rejection like a survival threat. Everyone is judging everyone. Here's the ultimate truth. Everyone is judging everyone. You judge people, I judge people, we all do it. It's human nature. So if everyone's being judged by everyone, what's the point of trying to avoid it? You could be the most perfect, agreeable person on earth, and someone will still find something to criticize. So you might as well be yourself. At least then, the criticism is for you, not for some fake version you're pretending to be. How to actually stop caring. All right, enough theory. How do you actually do this? Here are the 3 mindset shifts that changed everything for me. Shift number 1. Realize nobody's thinking about you. And I don't mean that in a depressing way, I mean it in a liberating way. That embarrassing thing you said 3 years ago, you remember it, they don't. That post you're nervous about, most people will scroll past in 2 seconds. That mistake you made, already forgotten. People are too busy thinking about themselves to obsess over you. Shift number 2, deathbed perspective. On your deathbed, are you going to wish you cared more about what people thought? Are you going to think, I'm so glad I spent my life performing for people who barely remember me? Or are you going to regret all the things you didn't do, didn't say, didn't try, because you were too afraid of judgment? That question cuts through everything. Shift number 3, control the controllable. You can't control what people think, you never could, but you can control who you are, what you stand for, how you treat people, whether you live authentically. Focus on those things, let go of the rest. And here's the paradox I mentioned earlier. The moment you stop caring what people think, they respect you more. Not because you became better, but because you became real. And real is rare. Real is magnetic. Real is what people actually respect. So here's what I want you to know. You've been giving other people way too much power over your life. People who don't know you, people who don't care about you, people who aren't even thinking about you. And the cost? Your authenticity, your peace, your life. That embarrassing thing you're afraid to do? Do it. That opinion you're scared to share? Share it. That version of yourself you're hiding? Let it out, because the only opinion that actually matters is your own. And the people who matter, they'll love you for being real. Drop a comment. What's one thing you're going to stop caring about? What are you finally going to do? And if this video gave you permission to stop performing, hit that subscribe button. I make videos about breaking free from all the BS that holds you back. Thanks for watching. Now go live like nobody's watching. I'll see you in the next one.